So in this video, I just want to show you how I use Asana to get organized during this time. So Asana is a project management tool. It's something that I use for my business, but it's something that I also decided to set up so that way my resources are all categorized and I have my to-do list right away. So the first thing on my to-do list is to send home text and paper resources. If you haven't found out yet, the Notes app on your iPhone is a scanner. So if you go into there and you add a new note, you click the camera button, then you can scan a document. So if you have a PDF resource, you can scan it and text it to your families if that's appropriate for them. So if they don't have internet connection, that might be one way to help increase participation for home learning with that. Or you can go ahead and do paper resources that you mail. So I have the contacts of the people that I need to send text or paper resources to. And this list is growing, but this is just where I'm at right now based on family contact. And then you'll see I have things like progress reports in here. I put the dates for the progress reports so that way I have them as well. And if you, for whatever reason, typed in the wrong date, you can go ahead and just move it down. Let's say I had them out of order. You can just move it like this. So it's really easy to edit and make changes. Once you're done, you just click that green check. And I will talk about progress reports really quick. So progress reports for this term, for April, I do have data points from when I was in direct speech therapy sessions with my kiddos. So I'll put all the data that I have, and then I'll put the date that we stopped seeing them due to school closures in that progress report. Then my next progress report for May will be anything that I get from families in terms of documentation. I can put a summary in my progress reports for that I sent home certain packets, so such and such goals were practiced. Here's the data from the parent, but none of that was provided through direct speech therapy services due to COVID. And so that's what my May progress report would look like. June, hopefully we'll have some data in there from direct instruction, but we don't know yet. So that's just kind of how I'm documenting that during this time. So you'll see that's my to-do list, but more importantly, and something I really wanted to talk about, was how I'm categorizing my speech therapy resources. Now you might be like, why aren't you just using Google Drive for this or your Dropbox? And what I like to use this for is for my go-to resources within each skill area. So that way I have them top of mind as well. And what I also like about it is I can put a quick link in here. And if you did that on a Google Drive, you'd have one doc with a ton of links in it. But this, I like how I can have the title of it and the link right next to each other. So for example, I'll pull up social skills. So my boom cards, for example, for social skills, you can use that for the emotions theme, and the link is just right in there. And then I also have a PDF for grab and go social skills within here. So you can just see that. So that way it helps me know which resources and what quick links are there. And it makes home programming so much easier. And now it's important to note too, I don't share Asana with anyone. There's ways to share Asana with different people. If you're sharing Asana, you're not going to want to put the PDFs in here because of terms of use. It's not appropriate to share PDFs of other people's resources with anyone other than possibly your caseload during this time, but you need to check the terms of use under the specific product listings. So I just want to show you how to go about uploading something. So let's say you wanted to upload this training guide. And this is from Speechy Musings, but let's act like we didn't do that. So if we go into here, we can upload from our computer. So you hit that paperclip, upload from your computer, and then you're going to go to, I should be on my desktop, I believe, AAC training guide, and you just open that right on up. And then after that loads, you'd hit comments. If you wanted to add another link, so maybe you wanted to link to the original product listing, you can go ahead and do that too. So that way you know, okay, I have this PDF guide for me, but here's the product listing that I have. So if I ever want to tell somebody about it, here's the link that they would go to in order to be able to get the product. I think that's something that's super important, especially for us that like to blog in the area of speech therapy. That we go ahead and do that so that way it's easier, especially if we're going to make blog posts with recommendations. it helps us have everything all in one spot. Another thing that I'm using this for is for continuing ed. And you can see I had that quick tip for the note scanner right there. But for continuing ed, I have the list of continuing ed opportunities and the main ones right now that I want to be sure to complete. And then within that, you can link for the actual webinar, and you can have the slides in there too. And that's just great quick resources that you can have on hand. So it's just a little bit of a way that I'm getting organized. This is the framework. I obviously have a lot more that I want to add to this to make it be kind of like a database for myself for this time. But I hope that it's helpful for you. You can use Asana for so many things. You can also have a calendar. And this is definitely important. If you're not tracking what you're doing for your kiddos, like what you're logging for your office hours, you can go ahead and put that in this calendar. I'm tracking that through my school email on Google. But if you didn't have that, then I would plug that in and say what you're doing during school closures then. But this tool can be used whether we're experiencing COVID or not. You know, my first few videos on this channel are going to be related to COVID because that's at the time of me launching this. But you can apply this to any other time of the year as well. So you can toggle between the board mode, or you can do a list mode if you would prefer that. And I can show you what that looks like really quick. Okay. And so then now when you go here and you click details, the link will pop up as well. Let me double check. Actually, it doesn't have that. So let's see if the boom card, it's the boom cards right here. Sorry, wrong boom card link. So now here, the link will pop up right over here. So if you have any questions on this, if you want to know a little bit more about how I navigate Asana, I would love to answer your questions. I'm still, like I said, updating my database as we speak, but I'm happy to answer questions and guide you with more organizational tips.